This is my Royal Poinciana tree, and it is about 4 to 5 weeks old after it sprouted. There you can see the seed it came out of. It shot straight up, has these 2 leading leaves, and now it's developing a ton of canopy growth. And today I'll be performing a repotting. And here we go. So first, I have this pot, and it has a few drainage holes in it. They're so small, I won't need to put any wire mesh down. I'll just put the Academia soil mix in there. Just grab a handful, dump it in. Once you get a nice thin layer like this, that's all you really need. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Next comes the soil. Here I have a bag of nicely mulched soil. And since this cutting is small, I want to avoid the large chunks in here of like mulch. I want the finer soil, since the roots are still really new and developing. So as I put my hand in here, I'm gonna sift through and try to filter out the big chunks, and then place some in, take out the big chunks, put them back, get some more. And you're gonna want to fill this to a little bit lower than what you would want the plant to be at. So there we go. And then once you have this, you're gonna want to get the soil really wet, get it nice and damp. And when I do this, the soil level will lower a little bit. So here we go. Let it drain through. Might take a minute because it's brand new. You can kind of squeeze the pot around. Almost none came out the bottom, so get it more wet. And stick your finger, make sure it gets all nice and wet, because you want the soil to be wet when the roots go in there so that they don't dry out as soon as they make contact with the soil. So now it's dripping out the bottom. So that's pretty good. Pat that down nice and good. All right, there we go. Put this up here. Clean our workstation a little bit. All right. Now it is time to remove the tree from its seedling tray. And for that, I have this flat tool. You can use anything you want, really. You can use your hands even, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna slowly go around the edges here. I've never seen the roots of this tree, so it will be interesting to see what they look like. So now I have the soil kind of nice and loose. I'm just gonna gently lift up on the tree, and there we go. Here we have the roots. I'm gonna clean off the roots. It's important, once you have the tree out of the soil, you do not want the roots to dry out. You want to keep them nice and moist. So I have this spray bottle right here. I'll just go ahead, spray the roots. It also kind of helps get the dirt looser. There we go. Go ahead, finish cleaning the roots here. This is a lot of root. I was not expecting this much root development. This is only 3 weeks old. All right, so now spray the roots down again a little bit. You can see in the background some of my other trees that I'm growing. All right, so now we have the tree. The roots are nice and moist, so it'll be okay for a few minutes. I'm gonna use my tool here, dig a little hole in the soil. Alright, and then I'm gonna gently place this just like that, just in there. Get the roots all in there. Doesn't really matter as long as they're gonna be covered. And then press in from the sides, just like so. Right in the middle. Someone's playing music. Alright. Now the tree's solidly in there. I will top it off with soil, and that will conclude the repotting. Big clumps, put them back. Get it really tall with soil, because when you water it down again, the soil is gonna lower. So get it all nice and soiled up. And luckily, my hole was nice and tight around the plant, so the tree isn't really falling over. It's important you get it really tight down in the soil with no air pockets. If there are air pockets down there, mildew and mold can collect in that when you water it, leading to root rot, which could kill your tree. So it's important that you pat down all this soil nice and tight and ensure that there's no air pockets down there. Once you have the soil, get a little bit more water. Slowly pour the water. It's a little messy, but we're outside, so it's okay. Alright. Water slowly draining at the bottom, dripping on my leg. Alright, see how the underneath is still totally dry? We're gonna have to water that again. I'm gonna get all the soil nice and damp so the roots don't dry out. Wait for this water to drain down. Kind of get your finger in there to poke holes to help it go through. Maybe one more time. And since I've watered it so much right here, probably won't need to be watered for a few days. So that's good too. Alright. When you see bubbles coming up through the soil, that's good, because that shows the soil, the water is seeping through all the soil. Alright. So, here we are. Dripping out the bottom slowly. But here is our new Royal Poinciana tree. Stay tuned to see how it develops and continues to grow. Thank you.